So just finished watching the PlayStation 5 reveal sizzle video, and holy crap, that was fantastic. I just want to put some quick thoughts together here, totally off the top of my head, based on what I just witnessed. I'm going to go deeper into all of these different games and, the significance of what was revealed in Vic's basement, so make sure you tune in for that. But honestly, I don't know how anybody could watch that PlayStation 5 reveal and not be excited for the future of this console. I think Sony absolutely knocked it out of the park with just showing what the hardware is capable of, but also for the future of video games and the developers' imagination that exists out there. There were some expected reveals of games that are coming, like Spider-Man, Miles Morales. He was teased in the first Spider-Man game. We're getting that this year, at the end of the year, 2020. I posed the question to Bill Roseman, who heads up Marvel Games, if it's going to be something that you're going to be able to play on PlayStation 4, or if it's going to be a completely standalone game only for PlayStation 5. I wouldn't put it past Sony to make this a launch title with the platform. Maybe it's included with the machine, which would be, a massive step forward for the PlayStation 5, make it an irrefutable console. First off, though, let's talk about the shape and style of this machine. It looks so slick. It looks like it was crafted for a sci-fi flick. I tweeted that out, but it just looks like, people had to design something that would look futuristic in the background of somebody's cool apartment. I thought of, the clean look of Oblivion, that Tom Cruise movie, and the production design that went into that. This looks like a console that would be in a house in Oblivion. Very, very slick looking machine. It does look like this could become a sentient being and come alive and then come and murder you in your sleep. It just looks like a killer robot, which is totally cool. And speaking of killer robots, they have not one, but two there were a bunch of robot games. Definitely excited about more Astrobot. I loved the VR experience. Absolutely excited by Stray, this crazy looking game where there are these screen faces on all these humanoid looking robots, I guess, and then there's this cat just sort of cruising around through these cool dilapidated alleyways. It looks very slick and interesting. Also, Pragmatic kind of knocked me on my butt. I didn't even know I missed who was making the game, so I asked Twitter who was developing it. It's coming up from Capcom, and it's a couple of years away, 2022. And it looks like a Hideo Kojima type of experience. I thought a little bit like of Dead Space as well, but very sleek style there. I really am excited about that one. Capcom's also got Resident Evil 8 coming, but we all knew that. Codenamed Village. That looks horrifying and super fun as well. But I think this Spider-Man Miles Morales thing is easily the most exciting announcement out of the whole show for me, personally. I mean, it's something that I expected and anticipated because Miles has a significant part in the first Spider-Man game, but Insomniac is just on fire, and I'm so happy for Marvel. I'm so happy for Spider-Man fans. You guys know how much I love the first Insomniac Spider-Man title, so I cannot wait for this game.
Go be a hero, Miles.
I also can't wait for this new Ratchet & Clank game where they're zipping through dimensions and Ratchet becomes a female protagonist.
Who?
And doesn't know who Clank is. I'm all up for that. We got a multiverse Ratchet & Clank experience. Sign me up. Super psyched for that. Super psyched for Horizon Zero Dawn's sequel, where we see the trek to go out west, and we've got sandy beaches and little crabs, but also giant robot monsters and stuff to contend with. Beautiful visuals, Guerrilla Games really killed it with the first game that they released. So happy to see Shinji Mikami in there talking about Ghostwire, his vision of a futuristic Tokyo fused with this kind of supernatural superhero thing that's going on in the game. Looks incredibly fun and intriguing. I'm very excited about that game. Also was very pleased to see Lorne Lanning pop up in the video talking about Oddworld Soulstorm, which I talked to him at length last year, I think. And God, that game looked great and played great when I checked it out last year, and I'm very, very excited to finally get my hands on it. I don't know I think it's going to be out for everything, but I'm super happy that his team and that game and his passion for the Oddworld franchise got this spotlight like that. Super psyched for that one. Was also very impressed by the Super Brothers game reveal called The Far Shore, which has a very funky, unique art aesthetic and this idea of, fantasy fused with science fiction. It looks like it's going to be an incredible escape, and it's been a long time since we've heard anything from Super Brothers. It was Sword and Sorcery that we played, I think, the first time I ever became aware of Super Brothers. So very, very excited to find out what this game is about and, what Super Brothers have been working on for so long. Can't wait for The Far Shore. Also can't wait for Little Devil Inside, which had a really infectious sense of humor and an amazing art style. It looked incredibly clever and ingenious. Also was super impressed that Sony had all of these lighter types of games with a little bit more of an accessible, approachable art style. Not just because I'm psyched to play some of these PlayStation 5 games with my kid, but I think the world kind of needs a little bit of a lighter tone in our entertainment right now. There's a lot of heavy stuff in real life, so I'm excited. So Little Devil Inside looked great. That Kenna Bridge of Spirits looks like it's going to be a lot of fun as well. Kind of evoked a Disney Frozen kind of quality. Very, very cool looking visuals there, and also looks super fun. I'm like Frozen Disney animation fused with a little bit of Pikmin, where you're controlling all of these little creatures. I dig that quite a bit. Also Bug Snacks, which looks like something out of Viva Pinata or something like that. That looked like a lot of fun. We got to see the return of Sackboy is coming as well to the PlayStation 5. Not a huge surprise. It makes a lot of sense. But, a nice sense of variety in there. And, of course, Ratchet & Clank. But the showstopper for me, and I know that there are super fans for Gran Turismo, and they're going to be psyched that Gran Turismo 7 is coming back. That NBA 2K21 teaser footage just looked phenomenal, and I love that franchise. I can't wait for that game. But definitely the showstopper for me was the reveal of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Cannot freaking wait for that. But overall, this was a massive win for PlayStation, and I know a ton of you are super hyped right now. We didn't get the price. We don't know the exact date when this is coming out, but they've definitely lifted the curtain, and they've given us a nice taste of what is to come, and I, for one, am super psyched. Also, very impressive that there's going to be two offerings from PlayStation for the first time. You can get the machine without a disc drive, so you can play these games just as digital downloads. Presumably that console will cost less as well. Very interesting to see what the take-up on that game system is going to be and how successful that will be for Sony. But fired up, PlayStation 5, you did your job. And now I guess this is the return serve back to Xbox, and we're going to find out what Xbox is going to counter with very soon. But all through the summer, we're going to start to get little bits of new information and new video snippets and have a lot more to talk about. Let me know what you guys thought of the PlayStation 5 reveal video today in the comments below. I'll be back with a lot more videos very soon. And until then, play forever.